Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking the dreaded D-Rose report. A lot of news, I gotta fly. Former WWE Diva TNA knockout Shelley Martinez is running for PETA's Sexiest Vegetarian Next Door award. And you can vote for her online. I don't know what the prize is. You probably get a vegan sandwich. Brock Lesnar, he's on the cover of this month's Muscle Fitness magazine. And there's already plans for a 6th Fast and Furious movie. Well, who would have thought? Anyway, it's likely that The Rock will be part of the franchise, maybe from now on. The money's right. Jim Ross's barbecue sauce business seems to be doing well. WWE's shop website started carrying the product, as of Ross noted on his Twitter this week, that their online business is almost up to 200% over last year. WWE shop website takes domestic and international orders from fans, and so you guys over in Europe, grab up some barbecue sauce. JR noted that they just received their biggest order ever from the Shop Zone website. Jeff Jarrett, he's going to be special guest for Nashville Sounds at their opener, Nashville tomorrow night at Greer Stadium. Jeff is going to be signing autographs for the game and speak to students about the importance of reading. I wish he'd talk to me about it. Maybe I'd read this stuff a little bit better. But I'm just now reading it for the first time. Hey, RIC FLAIR, he underwent successful surgery, by the way, yesterday to repair a torn rotator cuff that's been bothering him for quite a while. Flair wanted to put the surgery off until after TNA's lockdown pay-per-view so he could finish up the storyline. Is the storyline finished? I don't know. As noted before, TNA debuted a new masked Mexican wrestler named Sangrino, something like that, on Explosion, defeating Chris Sabin and Jay Lethal in a three-way. The masked man behind the mask is none other than, don't tell nobody, shh, it's Amazing Red. And anyway, the masked star was actually an idea from Spike TV officials. They wanted TNA to introduce a character who's going to be a counteract to WWE Sin Cara. And TNA considered various independent wrestlers for the role, but decided to use Red. No word whether he's still going to be wrestling as Red or not. Ezekiel Jackson turns 33 today. Jim Ross wrote to follow on his Twitter account after being with Awesome Kong in Vegas. Ooh, boy, that would have to be fun. Anyway, it's for a CAC reunion. Oh, maybe that's that cauliflower. I'm not sure what that CAC is. Anyway, Awesome Kong can be a big star in the near future. Lots of charisma, natural badass. I believe in her, Ross said. He better. Anyway, as noted before, former WWE announcer Jonathan Coachman, remember him? He's on Twitter at the Coach ESPN. Coach told The Rock yesterday that he might be coming to Miami May 2nd for The Rock's birthday on Monday Night Raw. If it is, Rock would appreciate it. He's always been at the one Rock usually picked on. TNA has announced a series of shows at baseball stadiums this summer with rare appearances by Sting, Flair, Hogan, and they're going to be around June 10th, Marion, Illinois, June 11th, Memphis, Tennessee, June 18th, Buffalo, New York, Brooklyn, July 1st. Miss Tessmacher, remember her? Yeah, I couldn't remember where that name was from. That's from the first Superman movie. But anyway, the former Brooke Adams returned to TNA last night's Impact after being away since late 2010. Tessmacher told the Knockouts she's been training while gone and is back to take the Knockouts title. So there. Due to a retirement of Edge leaving SmackDown, by the way, SmackDown's in dire need of a top babyface. Vince McMahon tried to hold off the annual draft till, not tried to hold it off, but he wanted to do the draft next Monday instead of holding it off till June to try and get somebody over there. Pardon me, I'm getting choked up about the draft. WWE officials had discussed moving Alberto Del Rio to Raw during next Monday's draft, as the current penciled in to headline SummerSlam against John Cena. Also been kind of talked about is Del Rio move to the brand as World Heavyweight Champion, but they're waiting to see. Anyway, with The Miz as WWE Champion heading to SmackDown. So we'll see how all that works out, because they constantly change stuff just to mess with us. That's telling you what's going to be coming up, and then we look like we're liars. The entire mid-card with Cody Rhodes and Nexus and Core, Jack Swagger, Drew McIntyre, R-Truth specifically cited, are also strong candidates to change brands during the draft. By the way, a little bit of history. I'm not done yet with the news, but anyway, a little bit of history. 1968, the Spoilers, if you remember them, 1 and 2, they defeated Fritz Von Erich and Billy Red Lyons to win the WCCW American Tag Titles. In 1996 on Nitro, the Giant defeats Ric Flair to win the WCW World Title. In 2000, Tommy Dreamer defeats Taz to win the ECW title, but loses the belt to Justin Credible later in the night. So he was a champion for a few minutes. By the way, spinal stenosis, which is what's ending Edge's career, by the way, is usually genetic, and is what sped up to the end of Steve Austin's career also. The condition is sometime, and a lot of people have put it, but usually not trouble from it until they're in their 70s. But the way wrestlers carry on with their body, they get a little bit earlier. But the odds are that Austin and Edge, when they get older, their problem's going to worsen. But by getting away from the ring action, they'll be able to ward off the problems long as possible. Anyway, the risk of being paralyzed is greater with taking bumps, in the ring, and any type of consistent ring action would speed up the health problem and greatly decrease quality of life. It's safe to say, like Austin, Edge will be staying away from the ring most of the time. And Austin still's in good shape, though. He just can't do that grueling schedule. Maybe Undertaker could be getting the same way. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything about him. But an interesting trivia note, Christian versus Alberto Del Rio's ladder match at WWE's Extreme Rules pay-per-view is believed to be only the second time in the company history where match guarantees that someone will be world champion for the very first time. Unless there's a disqualification. Count out, who knows? Anyway, usually there's a defending champion, but this time there's not. And I believe the other match would have been from March 27th, 1988, when Randy Savage beat Ted DiBiase in the title tournament finals at WrestleMania 4. So there, put that in your back in your mind and smoke. Hey, anyway, Daniel Bryan, I don't know if you noticed him missing on TV the other day, but he suffered what was believed to be a concussion April 16th on Raw live event in Birmingham, England. Bryan was kept off the Raw TV tapings in London for a precautionary reason. Bryan apparently examined and was determined able to compete as he wrestled Sheamus April 19th in Wales. So we just missed him for a week. And with Season 5 of WWE NXT currently going on, it's important to note that the 3-season winners, Caitlyn, was barely featured on TV and still not received her Diva title shot, which she was guaranteed after winning the show. Also, Season 4, Johnny Curtis still hasn't been brought to the main roster or received his tag title shot with Pro R-Truth. So they're not telling the people right, or dragging their feet. Of course, with all the Rock and the Austin and crap coming back, hell, they couldn't get the time to have a match for them anyway. WWE Hall of Famer Ricky Steamboat told Dave Meltzer this week that at the CAC reunion in Vegas that he was about 80% healthy from his brain aneurysm trouble that he had a few months ago. Word coming out of WWE is that even though they trademarked, I don't know if I told you that or not, the word karma, or the name Karma, K-H-A-R-M-A, Awesome Kong, that's for Awesome Kong. They may not use it after all. Apparently her name is still up in the air. And the greatest stars of the new millennium come out on Blu-ray this, on July 26th. And it's a 3 DVD disc set, so save your money up. Haven't heard any more about Scott Hall. Hope everything goes good for him, but I want to thank you guys for clicking. God, I gotta go.